Millions of people worldwide are waking up to this incredible rediscovery, and this Flat Earth movement has the potential to bring about positive change on an unprecedented level. Like a balloon held underwater for 500 years, the momentum of truth rising to the surface is causing and will continue to cause huge ripples in the control system. As the spinning ball Earth is finally being exposed worldwide for the 500-year deception it was, Earth's entire population is suddenly being faced with the reality that every government, every space agency, university, secret society, religious organization, mainstream and alternative media outlet have all been duplicitous in propping up a monstrous manipulation to fleece and control the masses. The resulting mass mental exodus away from the control system is exactly what humanity needs. Once the Flat Earth truth gets out, these lying politicians, spokesmen, reporters, and teachers suddenly change from being heralded voices of authority to being ridiculed, shunned, and denounced as they deserve. Once the Flat Earth truth gets out, these governments, universities, media outlets, and other entangled organizations, which have long been hard at work weaving this multi-generational cosmological myth, suddenly and completely lose all credibility. Once the truth of our Flat Earth gets out, so does the truth of these few elite families and societies who have kept this most important and fundamental reality from us for these hundreds of years. Essentially, once the Flat Earth truth gets out, so does every other important truth by proxy, because this mother of all conspiracies holds under its umbrella, literally, all of the other conspiracies and exposes them.
This world is not what you think it is. This world is not what you think it is.
But another thing that's not that it bothers me, but I see this a lot. A lot of people who write to me and say, Mel, you're just wasting your energy. There are so many other important things that we should be discussing, and we do, folks. We've had Eric last year. We've had, a few other people. We have Jeffrey Grupp coming in a few days. These are people that I've had before who are talking about this, and I think we should listen. But why do they continue to say we have so many other problems? Why are you focusing on this distraction?
Well, if they haven't looked into it at all, I can see how they would think that way, and I kind of thought that way years ago as well, that, well, it's just the shape of the Earth. What does that matter? Does it really matter whether it's this shape or that shape? So if you think of it on that level, then sure, it seems insignificant, and it seems like it could be a waste of time, even if it was true. But if you think of it a little deeper than that, and you think of it as being the most fundamental lie, is where we are, what we're doing here, the earth beneath our feet, the lights in the sky above us, what they actually are. And if we've been lied about all of these, as well as the Big Bang and evolution and the way that we supposedly got here and the purpose we may or may not have in this nihilistic cosmology that they've presented with us, it becomes a big deal. And when you look at the potential for a truth like this, a truth that has been suppressed for 500 years now, the Flat Earth truth, if that gets out and it is shown that every government, every university, every pundit, every television station is lying knowingly and censoring this truth, what happens when it actually gets out? The kind of restructuring of society and the system that truthers are looking for, that people know we need, is what can happen and what will happen and what must happen if this truth gets out, because this is huge. It is the truth. I guarantee anyone who's never heard of this before, look into the flat Earth. The Earth is flat, just like it appears on the horizon. The Earth is motionless, just as you feel motionless. Everything in the sky revolves around us, just as it appears if you look up and use your own eyes, your own senses. Everything that your senses tell you is what's happening. But you've been fed a false system. You've been shown CGI images with a ball Earth with a horizon that curves. You've been shown more CGI images with a ball Earth that spins. You've been shown planets that spin like billiard balls around each other in many different directions at many different speeds simultaneously. You've been shown all these things in CGI format. You've had Freemasons lie to you and tell you they've seen it for themselves, but you've never seen it for yourself. You've just been lied to and shown pictures, and you believe those. It's not science, Science, in fact, shows that the Earth is flat and motionless, and there are hundreds upon hundreds of proofs and experiments that have been repeated throughout history for hundreds of years, but you haven't been taught them in school because they don't want you to be taught that in school. They show you a spinning globe on your first day and tell you that gravity keeps water and buildings and people stuck to the bottom of that thing, and they repeat it until you believe it, your parents believe it, your grandparents believe it. 500 years ago, people were believing it. They even started trying to get people to believe it thousands of years ago, but it didn't pass until about Copernicus in 1500s when this really started to take shape. So the reason that some of the pseudo-truthers, so to speak, or just mainstream sheeple don't want this to get out and say that it's a distraction, is because they don't know how far-reaching the implications of a truth this deep actually surfacing would be. It's like holding a balloon underwater. When you let go, that thing's just gonna rush to the surface, the water's gonna go flying, and that's what we need. It's exactly what we need. So that's what I'm working towards doing.
Hey man, you ever look into flat Earth?
The people ask, well, what difference does it make? If it's a ball of its flat surface. And they don't get it. If your reality is fake, then you cannot see or actually care about what is real.
Le pire, c'est pas la méchanceté des hommes, mais le silence des autres qui font tous semblant d'hésiter. Et quand les enfants me demandent pourquoi la mer est-elle salée, je suis obligé de répondre que les poissons ont trop pleuré. Mais dis-moi ce qu'on a fait. Mais dis-moi ce qu'on a fait. Je suis posé sur mon divan, je regarde la télévision. Explique-moi ce qui se passe, c'est comme si j'avais 10 ans. Assombrir ma vision, pourtant le soleil est présent. Les gens qui font la morale avec une veste en vison. Ou peut-être simplement qu'on a perdu la raison. La vie est un terrain glissant, mais dans quel monde nous vivons? Stop. Et en effet, le mal est fait. Mais stop, stop, stop. Car en effet, le mal est fait. Le pire, c'est pas la méchanceté des hommes, mais le silence des autres qui font tous semblant d'hésiter. Et quand les enfants me demandent pourquoi la mer est-elle salée, je suis obligé de répondre que les poissons ont trop pleuré. Mais dis-moi ce qu'on a fait. Mais dis-moi ce qu'on a fait. Je me rassois sur le divan, toujours la télévision, obligé de plisser les yeux, rien à l'horizon. Je vais raconter mes problèmes à des gens qui vivent dans l'aisance. Ils vont me prendre au sérieux que si je m'asperge d'essence. Ou peut-être que tout simplement je n'intéresse pas grand monde. Je suis peut-être une valeur marchande aux yeux de quelques passants. Stop. Et en effet, le mal est fait. Mais stop, stop, stop. Car en effet, le mal est fait. Le pire, c'est pas la méchanceté des hommes, mais le silence des autres qui font tous semblant d'hésiter. Et quand les enfants me demandent pourquoi la mer est-elle salée, je suis obligé de répondre que les poissons ont trop pleuré. Mais dis-moi ce qu'on a fait. Mais dis-moi ce qu'on a fait. Le pire c'est de ne pas profiter du temps qui nous reste à vivre. Le pire c'est de ne pas reconnaître tout ce qui nous arrive. Le pire c'est de ne pas profiter du temps qui nous reste à vivre. Le pire c'est de ne pas reconnaître tout ce qui nous arrive. Le pire, c'est pas la méchanceté des hommes, mais le silence des autres qui font tous semblant d'hésiter. Et quand les enfants me demandent pourquoi la mer est-elle salée, je suis obligé de répondre que les poissons ont trop pleuré. Le pire, c'est pas la méchanceté des hommes, mais le silence des autres qui font tous semblant d'hésiter. Et quand les enfants me demandent pourquoi la mer est-elle salée, je suis obligé de répondre que les poissons ont trop pleuré. Mais dis-moi ce qu'on a fait. Mais dis-moi ce qu'on a fait.
Hey man, you ever looking to flatter?
I mean, our eyes and experience tell us the Earth is flat and motionless, and everything in the sky revolves around us. But when we cease to believe our own eyes and experience, we have to prostrate ourselves at the feet of these very pseudoscientists who are blinding us, treat them as experts, astronomical priests who have special knowledge only they can access, like the Hubble telescope. So by brainwashing us of something so gigantic and fundamental, it actually makes every other kind of lesser indoctrination a piece of cake. Earth being the flat, fixed center of the universe around which everything in the heavens revolves gives a special importance and significance not only to Earth but to us humans, the most intelligent among the intelligent designers' designs. By turning Earth into a spinning ball thrown around the sun and shot through infinite space from a godless Big Bang, they turn humanity into a random, meaningless, purposeless accident of a blind, dumb universe. So it's like trauma-based mind control, beating the divinity out of us with their mental manipulations. People are always asking, why do they do this? Other than the obvious profit margin motive, NASA being the biggest black budget black hole in existence, sucking in over $30 billion taxpayer money for the fake moon landings alone. Nowadays, hundreds of billions of dollars, and not just NASA, but RASA and all the other fake space organizations around the world, giving CGI images for hundreds of billions of dollars. So this modern atheist Big Bang heliocentric globe Earth chance evolution paradigm spiritually controls humanity by removing God or any sort of intelligent design and replaces purposeful divine creation with haphazard random cosmic coincidence. And so by removing Earth from the motionless center of the universe, these Masons have moved us physically and metaphysically from a place of supreme importance to one of complete nihilistic indifference. If the Earth is the center of the universe, then the ideas of God, creation, and a purpose for human existence are resplendent. But if the Earth is just one of billions of planets revolving around billions of stars and billions of galaxies, then the ideas of God, creation, and a specific purpose for Earth and human existence become highly implausible. So by surreptitiously indoctrinating us into their scientific materialist sun worship, not only do we lose faith in anything beyond the material, we gain absolute faith in materiality, superficiality, status, selfishness, hedonism, and consumerism. If there's no God and everyone's just an accident, then all that really matters is me, me, me. So they've turned Madonna, the mother of God, into the material girl living in a material world. Their rich, powerful corporations with their slick sun cult logos sell us idols to worship, slowly taking over the world while we tacitly believe their science, vote for their politicians, buy their products, listen to their music, watch their movies, all sacrificing our souls at the altar of materialism.
I show you light now. It burns forever.
Why does it matter? How does it change my life? I still have to go to work in the morning. So why does it even matter? I don't really care either way. So now, suddenly, it doesn't matter to their life if the entire world has been lied to about something as fundamental as where we are for the entirety of humanity for centuries, duped about literally the most fundamental truth possible. And these people are like, yeah, but why does it matter? What does it even matter? How does that change my life at all? If the fact that you and everyone you know has believed the biggest lie in history doesn't matter to you or change your life, what does that say about you and your life? What is important to you then? How could the truth not be important?